My beloved child, precious one of my heart, pause everything in this moment and listen with more than your ears. Listen with the depths of your soul. What I am about to reveal to you is not ordinary information, but a divine declaration that has been decided in the courts of heaven today. This is not coincidence that brought you here, not chance that opened your heart to receive these words. This is a divine appointment, orchestrated before time began, for this exact moment in your journey. Do not allow the distractions of this world to pull you away. Do not let the noise of your circumstances drown out the voice of eternity speaking over your life. Every word I am about to share has been written with infinite love and supernatural intention, crafted specifically for what heaven has decided concerning your destiny today. Stay present, dear one. Stay engaged, for what you are about to discover will shift everything you thought you knew about your future, your purpose, and the incredible plans I have in store for you. My beloved child, while you slept last night, while you went about your morning routine, while you faced the ordinary moments of this day, something extraordinary was taking place in the heavenly realm. The council of heaven convened, and your name was spoken with reverence. Your situation was discussed with perfect wisdom. Your future was decided with infinite love. The angels who have been assigned to your life stood at attention as I opened the scroll containing your destiny. The cherubim and seraphim who surround my throne witnessed the divine decree I am about to release over your existence. The cloud of witnesses, those who have gone before you, leaned in from glory to hear what I would declare concerning this moment in your earthly journey. This was not a meeting born of crisis or concern, precious one. This was not heaven scrambling to fix something that had gone wrong in your life. This was the predetermined moment when I would unveil the next chapter of your story, when I would release what has been held in the treasury of heaven, waiting for exactly this time, this season, this divine appointment between your need and my provision. You have been praying, hoping, believing, sometimes doubting. You have been seeking answers, looking for direction, yearning for breakthrough. What you didn't know is that your prayers have been rising like incense before my throne. And today, they reached the perfect moment of divine response. Today, the fullness of time has come for what I have been preparing in your life. The decision made in heaven today concerning you is irrevocable. It cannot be changed by human opinion, altered by circumstances, or delayed by the enemy's schemes. When heaven decides, earth must align. When I speak from my throne, creation must respond. What I have determined concerning your life today carries the full weight of my authority and the complete backing of my power. I see the questions in your heart, beloved child. I see the confusion about timing, the frustration with delays, the weariness from waiting. But I want you to understand, every day you waited was not wasted time, it was preparation time. Every season of delay was not divine forgetfulness, it was divine orchestration. I have been moving pieces into position, preparing hearts to receive you, opening doors that will perfectly align with your arrival. The heavenly decision made today was not made in haste or without consideration of every detail of your life. I took into account your strengths and your weaknesses, your gifts and your limitations, your dreams and your fears. I considered your past experiences, your present circumstances, and your future potential. And with perfect wisdom and infinite love, I made a decision that will transform everything. This is your moment of divine intervention, precious one. This is your appointed time for heavenly breakthrough. This is the hour when what has been decided in the courts of heaven will begin to manifest in the realm of earth. The angels are already moving to implement the decision. The resources are already being released. The doors are already beginning to open. Your breakthrough is not coming. It has already been decreed. Precious child, in the throne room of heaven today, I took the scroll that contains the blueprint of your destiny and broke the seal that has kept certain portions closed until this appointed time. What was hidden is now being revealed. What was sealed is now being opened. What was waiting is now being released into your earthly reality. This scroll contains more than you could ask or imagine, beloved one. It holds the dreams you thought were too big, the prayers you thought went unanswered, the hopes you thought were unrealistic, every whispered wish, every silent tear, every moment you dared to believe for something greater. It has all been recorded in this sacred document, and today I am saying yes to what you thought I had forgotten. The river of my grace is flowing from this opened scroll directly into your life. Like a mighty rushing water breaking through a dam, my blessings are cascading toward you, with a force that cannot be stopped, redirected, or diminished. You will begin to experience a supernatural acceleration in every area where you have felt stuck, delayed, or blocked. I see you trying to understand how this could be possible, dear child. I see you looking at your current circumstances and wondering how they could possibly align with what I am declaring. But remember, I am the God who calls things that are not as though they were. I am the one who spoke light into darkness, order into chaos, something into nothing. Your current reality is not the final word on your future. The angels assigned to your breakthrough have received their marching orders today. Michael, the warrior angel, has been commanded to fight battles on your behalf that you will never even know were waged. Gabriel, the messenger angel, has been sent to prepare hearts to receive you, doors to open for you, paths to clear before you. The ministering spirits have been dispatched to arrange divine appointments, orchestrate supernatural encounters, and create opportunities that will seem too good to be true. Your name has been spoken in the halls of heaven today with such favor that even the heavenly host marveled at the kindness I am showing you. Not because you earned it, precious one, not because you deserved it, but because this is who I am, a God who delights in blessing his children, who finds joy in exceeding their expectations, who loves to surprise them with goodness they never saw coming. The scroll reveals that you are entering a season of divine favor, unlike anything you have experienced before. Doors that have been closed for years will suddenly swing open. People who have overlooked you will suddenly see your value. Opportunities that seemed impossible will suddenly become available. Resources that were out of reach will suddenly be within your grasp. But the most beautiful part of this opened scroll, beloved child, is what it reveals about my heart toward you. Every blessing planned, every breakthrough prepared, every miracle arranged, it all flows from one source: my overwhelming love for you. This is not about what you can do for me. This is about what I long to do for you simply because you are mine. The scroll also contains instructions for walking in this new season, wisdom for navigating new levels, and grace for handling increased blessing without losing your humility or your heart for others. I am not just changing your circumstances. I am preparing you to carry the weight of glory that is coming your way. My beloved child, as the heavenly decision was made concerning your life today, I dispatched legions of angels with specific assignments related to your breakthrough. These are not ordinary angels going about routine business. These are specially chosen warriors, messengers, and ministers who have been handpicked for the unique mission of your destiny. The guardian angels who have protected you since birth have received enhanced authority and increased power to shield you from every attack of the enemy. They have been given new weapons of warfare, fresh strategies of protection, and expanded territory to cover every area of your life. What tried to harm you in the past will not even be able to come near you in this new season. I have assigned angels of provision to go before you and prepare supernatural supply for every need you will encounter. They are opening bank accounts in heaven's economy, releasing resources from unexpected sources, and creating streams of income that will flow into your life through channels you never could have imagined. Your days of lack and limitation are coming to an end. Precious one. Angels of connection have been sent to arrange divine relationships and strategic partnerships that will accelerate your purpose and amplify your impact. They are touching hearts, opening minds, and creating opportunities for you to meet the right people at exactly the right time. The isolation you have felt is about to be broken by a flood of meaningful connections. The angels of healing have received orders to minister restoration to every area of your life that has been broken, wounded, or damaged. Physical healing, emotional healing, relational healing, financial healing. Waves of supernatural restoration are being released over your entire existence. What was torn is being mended. What was sick is being made whole. What was broken is being beautifully restored. Worship angels have been assigned to create an atmosphere of praise around your life that will confuse the enemy and attract my presence wherever you go. You will begin to notice that worship feels different. Prayer becomes more powerful, and my presence seems more tangible in your daily experience. This is not your imagination. This is the supernatural environment I am creating around you. Angels of wisdom have been commissioned to download divine insight, supernatural understanding, and heavenly perspective into your mind and spirit. The confusion you have been experiencing will give way to crystal clear direction. The decisions that seemed impossible to make will become obvious. The paths that appeared tangled will straighten out before your eyes. But perhaps most importantly, precious child, I have assigned angels of testimony to follow you and record every miracle, every breakthrough, every evidence of my goodness in your life. They are documenting your journey not just for heaven's archives, but because your story will become a powerful testimony that will encourage others and bring glory to my name. These angels work in perfect harmony with my will, beloved one. They cannot be bribed by the enemy, confused by circumstances, or delayed by opposition. When I give an angel an assignment concerning your life, that assignment will be completed with heavenly precision and divine timing. You may not always see them, but you will definitely experience their activity. Doors opening at just the right moment, provision appearing from unexpected sources, protection in dangerous situations, wisdom in difficult decisions. These are all evidences of angelic intervention in your life. Do not take this lightly, dear child. The fact that heaven has mobilized on your behalf today is evidence of how important you are to my kingdom, how valuable your assignment is to my purposes, and how much I love you. You are not walking alone into your destiny. You are surrounded by a heavenly army commissioned to ensure your success. Precious child, today in the court of heaven, your case was brought before the ultimate judge, and I am here to deliver the verdict. You have been declared righteous. Your accusations have been dismissed. Your sentence has been commuted, and your freedom has been guaranteed. The gavel of divine justice has fallen in your favor, and what heaven has declared, no earthly power can overturn. The enemy stood as your accuser, precious one, listing every mistake you've made, every failure you've experienced, every moment you fell short of perfection. He presented a convincing case about why you don't deserve blessing, why you shouldn't receive favor, why your prayers should go unanswered. His accusations were detailed, his evidence seemed overwhelming, his argument appeared airtight. But then I stood up in that courtroom, and everything changed. I presented the blood of my son as evidence of your redemption. I displayed the scars of Calvary as proof of your forgiveness. I showed the empty tomb as confirmation of your victory. Every accusation the enemy brought against you was met with the superior evidence of my grace, my mercy, and my love. The verdict was unanimous among the heavenly council, guilty of being loved unconditionally, sentenced to a lifetime of blessing, condemned to walk in divine favor for all your remaining days. The enemy's case was not just dismissed, it was declared frivolous without merit, and based on false evidence that has been eternally expunged from the record. Today I signed the divine decree that releases you from every curse spoken over your life, every negative prophecy declared about your future, every limitation placed on your potential by those who couldn't see what I see in you. The chains of generational bondage are broken, the cycles of defeat are ended, the patterns of struggle are shattered forever. Your innocence has been proclaimed throughout the heavenly realm, beloved child. Your righteousness has been established, not based on your performance, but on my perfect sacrifice. Your worthiness has been confirmed, not because you earned it, but because I chose to give it. You stand before heaven and earth as my beloved child, completely accepted, totally forgiven, and absolutely free. The court has also issued a divine restraining order against every demonic force that has been harassing your life. They are no longer permitted to speak accusation over you, bring condemnation against you, or operate in your territory without facing the full force of heaven's judgment. Your spiritual enemies have been served notice. You are off limits. But the ruling doesn't stop with your vindication, precious one. The court has also ordered the enemy to pay restitution for everything he stole from you. The joy he took, the peace he disrupted, the relationships he destroyed, the opportunities he blocked, the dreams he killed, all of it must be restored to you with interest. You are about to receive back far more than what was taken. The angels of execution have been given authority to enforce this heavenly verdict in your earthly circumstances. They are working now to align your natural reality with the spiritual decree that has been issued on your behalf. What looks impossible from an earthly perspective has already been accomplished from a heavenly perspective. This ruling is retroactive, covering your entire past, and it is permanent, extending throughout your entire future. You cannot lose this legal standing through future mistakes, and the enemy cannot appeal this decision through accusations or condemnation. The case is closed, the verdict is final, and your victory is secured. Walk in the confidence of this heavenly ruling, dear child. Live in the freedom of this divine decree. Stand in the authority of this eternal verdict. You are not a defendant hoping for mercy. You are a victor celebrating justice. My beloved child, today I am downloading into your spirit the supernatural strategies that will guarantee your success in every area of your life. These are not human wisdom or earthly tactics, but divine blueprints that have been tested in the laboratory of heaven and proven in the lives of every champion who has ever walked in victory. The first strategy I am giving you is the power of divine timing. I am sensitizing your spirit to recognize my kairos moments, those supernatural windows when heaven and earth align for maximum impact. You will no longer act too early in your flesh or too late in your fear. You will move when I move, rest when I rest, and strike when I give the signal. The second strategy is supernatural discernment that will enable you to distinguish between divine appointments and mere coincidences, between heaven-sent opportunities and enemy traps. Not every open door leads to your destiny, precious one, and not every closed door is a sign of rejection. I am giving you the wisdom to know the difference. The third strategy is the art of spiritual warfare that goes beyond just defensive protection to offensive advancement. I am teaching you not just how to resist the enemy, but how to take territory from him. Not just how to survive his attacks, but how to plunder his strongholds. You will learn to fight from victory rather than for victory. The fourth strategy is the supernatural principle of seed time and harvest that will transform your understanding of giving, receiving, and blessing. I am showing you how to plant in the right soil, at the right time, with the right heart attitude to guarantee a supernatural return on your investment of faith, time, and resources. The fifth strategy is the divine art of relationship building that will attract the right people to your life and repel the wrong ones. You will learn to recognize covenant connections, discern genuine friends from fair weather companions, and build networks that will support your destiny rather than drain your energy. The sixth strategy is supernatural communication that goes beyond mere words to include the language of the Spirit. Your prayers will become more effective, your conversations more influential, your declarations more powerful. Words will become weapons of warfare and tools of construction in your hands. The seventh strategy is the wisdom of stewardship that will prepare you to handle the increased blessing, expanded influence, and greater responsibility that is coming your way. I am teaching you how to manage much by first being faithful with little, how to lead others by first learning to lead yourself. These strategies are not theoretical concepts, beloved child. They are practical tools that you will begin using immediately. As you apply them, you will see rapid transformation in your circumstances, accelerated progress toward your goals, and supernatural breakthrough in areas where you have been stuck for years. I am also giving you the strategy of divine partnerships, supernatural alliances with other believers who will complement your gifts, support your vision, and accelerate your progress. These are not ordinary business relationships, but covenant connections forged in heaven and manifested on earth. The final strategy I'm releasing to you today is the power of prophetic declaration. I'm giving you words to speak over your life, your family, your finances, your health, and your future that will create the reality you declare. Your tongue will become a tool of creation rather than destruction, building the life you desire rather than speaking defeat over your circumstances. These strategies come with divine grace to implement them, supernatural wisdom to apply them correctly, and heavenly power to ensure they produce the results I have promised. You are not just receiving information, you are receiving transformation. Not just getting tactics, but gaining victory. Precious child, today I am opening the treasury of heaven over your life with a generosity that will overwhelm your ability to receive and exceed your capacity to contain. What I am about to pour out upon you is not based on your performance, your worthiness, or your ability to pay it back. It flows from the abundance of my love and the richness of my grace toward you. The first treasure I am releasing is supernatural peace that surpasses all understanding. This is not the temporary calm that comes from favorable circumstances, but the unshakable tranquility that remains steady in the storm, strong in the battle, and secure in uncertainty. This peace will guard your heart and mind in ways that will amaze even you. The second treasure is divine joy that is independent of your circumstances and immune to your challenges. This joy will bubble up from deep within your spirit like a spring of living water, refreshing your soul, renewing your strength, and restoring your hope even in the darkest seasons. It will become your source of strength and your weapon of warfare. The third treasure is supernatural wisdom that will give you insight beyond your education, understanding beyond your experience, and knowledge beyond your natural learning. You will know things you were never taught, understand concepts you never studied, and solve problems with solutions that seem to come from nowhere, but actually come from my throne. The fourth treasure is divine favor that will open doors no key can unlock, create opportunities that don't exist for others, and grant you access to places and people that are normally beyond reach. This favor will go before you like a herald announcing your arrival, preparing the way for your success and ensuring your acceptance. The fifth treasure is healing virtue that will flow not only to restore your own body, mind, and spirit, but also to bring wholeness to everyone you touch. You will become a carrier of my healing power, a vessel of my restoration grace, a conduit of my miracle-working strength. Your very presence will bring healing to broken people and situations. The sixth treasure is supernatural provision that will meet your needs before you express them, supply your wants before you voice them, and exceed your expectations before you dare to hope for them. This provision will come from sources you never expected, through channels you never imagined, in ways that will clearly bear my fingerprints. The seventh treasure is divine protection that will surround you like a shield, cover you like a canopy, and go before you like a mighty army. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No scheme of the enemy will succeed. No plan of darkness will triumph over the light that surrounds your life. But the greatest treasure I am releasing from heaven's vault today, beloved child, is increased intimacy with me. I am drawing you closer to my heart, deeper into my presence, higher into my purposes. The relationship we share will become more real than any earthly connection, more satisfying than any worldly pleasure, more secure than any human relationship. These treasures are not loans that must be repaid or gifts that can be revoked. They are inheritance rights that come with being my child, covenant benefits that come with being in relationship with me, family privileges that come with bearing my name. They cannot be earned through good behavior or lost through poor performance. As these treasures begin to manifest in your life, precious one, remember that they come with responsibility to be a blessing to others. You are not just a bucket to be filled, but a river to flow through. Not just a recipient of grace, but a distributor of goodness. Not just a blessed person, but a blessing to your generation. The treasury of heaven is inexhaustible, beloved child. What I give to you diminishes nothing in my storehouse. What I pour out upon you depletes nothing from my abundance. I give not from scarcity but from overflow, not from limitation but from limitless supply. My beloved child, today in the heavenly realm, I am elevating your spiritual authority to new levels of power and responsibility. No longer will you be a mere observer of spiritual battles. You will be a participant with divine backing. No longer will you pray hoping I might answer. You will declare knowing I must respond. No longer will you ask as a beggar. You will command as my child, walking in delegated authority. The keys of the kingdom that I have placed in your hands today carry the weight of heaven's endorsement and the power of my unlimited backing. When you bind on earth, it is bound in heaven. When you loose on earth, it is loosed in heaven. When you speak my word, it carries the same authority as if I spoke it myself. I am giving you authority over every demonic force that has been assigned to your region, precious one. The spirits of fear, depression, poverty, sickness, division, and confusion must bow before the name I have given you permission to use. They cannot resist your authority when you walk in righteousness, operate in love, and move in faith. This elevation in authority comes with enlarged territory of influence. Your prayers will impact not just your immediate family, but entire bloodlines. Your declarations will affect not just your personal circumstances, but entire communities. Your intercession will shift not just local situations, but regional atmospheres. You now carry the authority to break generational curses that have plagued your family line for decades. The patterns of defeat, cycles of struggle, and traditions of limitation that have been passed down from generation to generation stop with you. You are the generation that breaks the chains and establishes new patterns of victory. I am also giving you authority over time and seasons, beloved child. You can speak to delays and command acceleration. You can address stagnation and decree movement. You can confront confusion and release clarity. The natural timeline of your circumstances must yield to the supernatural authority I have invested in your words. With this increased authority comes the responsibility to use it wisely, humbly, and always in alignment with my will. Authority without character leads to abuse. Power without love leads to corruption. Strength without wisdom leads to destruction. I am elevating your authority because I have also matured your character to handle it properly. You will notice that demons flee faster when you command them to go. Sickness breaks quicker when you speak healing. Doors open sooner when you declare access. Provision appears faster when you decree abundance. This is not because you have become more powerful, but because I have authorized your authority and endorsed your declarations. This spiritual authority extends to the realm of finances, relationships, health, and destiny. You can speak to mountains of debt and command them to move. You can address broken relationships and decree restoration. You can confront sickness and release healing. You can face impossible situations and declare breakthrough. But remember, precious child, that true authority is always expressed in love, exercised in humility, and aimed at blessing others. You have not been given this power to dominate people, but to liberate them. Not to control circumstances, but to align them with heaven's will. Not to promote yourself, but to advance my kingdom. The enemy will test this new level of authority. But do not be afraid. He has no choice but to yield to the name you carry and the power you possess. Stand firm in your identity. Walk boldly in your authority. And watch as heaven backs every righteous declaration you make. Your words now carry creative power, beloved child. What you speak will come to pass. What you declare will be established. What you command will be accomplished. Use this authority wisely and it will transform not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Precious child, as you step into this new level of divine favor and spiritual authority, I must warn you about the counterfeits that the enemy will present to distract you from the authentic glory I am releasing in your life. Satan cannot create, but he can imitate. He cannot produce genuine breakthrough, but he can offer convincing substitutes that will derail your destiny if you are not discerning. The first counterfeit is false humility that masquerades as godliness, but is actually pride in disguise. This deceptive spirit will whisper that you should reject the blessing I am giving you, that you should question the authority I am releasing through you, that you should doubt the favor I am showing you. True humility receives what I give and stewards it well. False humility rejects my gifts and calls it spirituality. The second counterfeit is religious performance that seeks to maintain the blessing through works rather than receive it through grace. This lying spirit will convince you that you must now pray longer, fast more, give more, serve more, to keep what I have freely given. But my gifts are not earned by performance or maintained by works. They are received by faith and sustained by my faithfulness. The third counterfeit is spiritual pride that takes credit for what I have done and boasts about what I have given. This subtle enemy will tempt you to believe that your new level of authority is evidence of your superior spirituality, that your increased blessing is proof of your special status. Remember, every good gift comes from above and all glory belongs to me alone. The fourth counterfeit is comparison that measures your blessing against others' circumstances and either inflates your ego or deflates your gratitude. This deceptive voice will tell you that you deserve more because you have less than someone else, or that you are better than others because you have more than them. Your blessing is not a competition, it is a calling. The fifth counterfeit is materialism that focuses on the gifts rather than the giver, on the blessing rather than the blesser. This seductive spirit will shift your attention from relationship with me to infatuation with what I can do for you. Never let my blessings become more important to you than my presence. Never let my gifts matter more than my companionship. The sixth counterfeit is spiritual elitism that creates walls of superiority between you and others who may not yet be walking in the same level of breakthrough. This divisive force will tempt you to look down on those who are struggling, to judge those who are failing, to distance yourself from those who are different. Remember, you were saved by grace, and you are blessed by mercy. The seventh counterfeit is independence that believes you no longer need accountability, correction, or guidance from other mature believers. This dangerous deception will convince you that your increased authority makes you beyond the need for fellowship, above the requirement for submission, exempt from the wisdom of counselors. I am giving you supernatural discernment to recognize these counterfeits, beloved child. Your spirit will sense when something is not from me, when an opportunity is not ordained by me, when a direction is not guided by me. Trust that inner witness. Honor that spiritual alarm. Heed that divine caution. Stay connected to my word, which is the standard by which all spiritual experiences must be measured. Stay committed to prayer, which keeps your heart aligned with mine. Stay community-minded, which protects you from isolation and deception. Stay humble, which keeps you dependent on my grace rather than confident in your ability. The authentic glory I am releasing in your life will always draw people to me, not to you. It will always produce fruit that lasts, character that honors me, and influence that advances my kingdom. If what you are experiencing produces pride, division, or self-centeredness, it is not from my throne. Be wise as a serpent, but innocent as a dove, precious child. Embrace what I am giving you, but test everything by my spirit. Receive my blessings, but remain dependent on my grace. Walk in your authority, but never forget that all power belongs to me. My beloved child, today I am releasing supernatural acceleration over every area of your life that has been moving slowly, progressing gradually, or seeming to stand still. What has taken others years to accomplish, you will achieve in months. What has required decades of effort from previous generations, you will complete in seasons. This is not because you are better than others, but because this is your appointed time for divine acceleration. In the realm of healing, what normally takes months of recovery will happen in weeks. What typically requires years of therapy will be accomplished in moments of my touch. What usually demands gradual improvement will experience instant transformation. I am compressing time itself to bring you rapid restoration in every area where you need wholeness. In the sphere of relationships, connections that normally take years to develop will form in days. Trust that usually builds over seasons will be established quickly. Love that typically grows slowly will blossom rapidly. I am accelerating the process of divine connections and covenant relationships that will support your destiny and amplify your impact. In the field of finances, provision that normally flows gradually will pour in suddenly. Increase that usually comes slowly will arrive swiftly. Breakthroughs that typically require years of sowing will manifest from seeds you planted recently. I am speeding up the harvest of your faithfulness and the return on your investment of trust. In the area of calling and purpose, clarity that normally emerges over time will come quickly. Opportunities that usually develop slowly will appear suddenly. Doors that typically open gradually will swing wide rapidly. I am accelerating your journey into destiny and fast-tracking your arrival at your divine assignment. This supernatural acceleration will sometimes feel overwhelming, precious one. You may wonder if you can keep up with the pace of blessing, if you can handle the speed of breakthrough, if you can manage the velocity of transformation. But remember, I will never give you more than you can handle when you handle it with my strength, and I am increasing your capacity as I increase your blessing. The enemy will try to convince you that this acceleration is not real, that it won't last, that you should be suspicious of rapid change. But I am the God who created the universe in 6 days, who parted the Red Sea in moments, who raised the dead instantly. I specialize in suddenly, I excel at quickly, I delight in immediate transformation. Some people will question this acceleration in your life, beloved child. They will suggest that real growth takes time, that genuine change happens slowly, that lasting transformation requires extended seasons. While this may be true for natural processes, it is not the case for supernatural intervention. When I accelerate something, it is established permanently and sustained eternally. This acceleration is not random or arbitrary. It is purposeful and strategic. I am speeding up certain areas of your life because there are assignments waiting for you that require these developments to be in place. There are people who need what you will carry, problems that need what you will possess, opportunities that require what you will become. Prepare yourself for rapid change, dear child. Stay flexible in your plans, adjustable in your expectations, and responsive to my leading. What I am about to do in your life will require quick obedience, immediate action, and instant adaptation to new levels of blessing and responsibility. Do not resist this acceleration because it feels unusual or uncomfortable. Do not reject rapid progress because it seems too good to be true. Do not question sudden breakthrough because others are moving more slowly. This is your Kairos moment, your appointed season, your divine timing for supernatural speed. Embrace the acceleration I am releasing in your life today. Welcome the rapid change, celebrate the quick breakthrough, receive the sudden blessing. This is not mere human achievement. This is divine intervention, heavenly assistance, supernatural empowerment that will leave no doubt about the source of your success. Precious child, even as I speak these words to your heart, I am orchestrating divine connections that will revolutionize your life and accelerate your destiny. These are not ordinary relationships or casual acquaintances, but covenant connections that have been planned in heaven and are now being manifested on earth. The right people are being positioned at exactly the right time to intersect with your path at precisely the right moment. I am bringing mentors into your life who will see potential in you that you don't yet see in yourself. These spiritual fathers and mothers will pour wisdom into your spirit, speak courage into your heart, and call forth gifts that have been dormant within you. They will share insights gained from their own journeys, shortcuts learned through their experiences, and keys discovered through their victories and failures. I am also sending you spiritual sons and daughters who will look to you for guidance, encouragement, and example. Through the process of mentoring others, you will discover dimensions of your own calling, uncover depths of your own gifting, and unlock levels of your own authority that only emerge when you are called to pour into others. Divine partnerships are being arranged that will complement your weaknesses with their strengths, supplement your limitations with their abilities, and multiply your impact through combined effort. What you cannot accomplish alone will be achieved together. What seems impossible for one will become inevitable for the team I am assembling around your assignment. I am connecting you with intercessors who will cover your life in prayer, warriors who will fight battles on your behalf in the spiritual realm, and supporters who will stand with you through seasons of difficulty and opposition. You will no longer walk alone in your calling, struggle alone with your challenges, or face alone the resistance that comes with divine assignment. Strategic alliances are being formed that will open doors you could never open yourself, create opportunities you could never create alone, and provide platforms you could never build through individual effort. These connections will carry divine endorsement, supernatural favor, and heavenly backing that will be unmistakable to all who observe them. I am also bringing healing relationships into your life, precious one, people who will help restore trust where it has been broken, rebuild hope where it has been lost, and renew love where it has been wounded. Through these connections, you will experience dimensions of wholeness that you thought were lost forever. Some of these divine connections will come through supernatural encounters, meetings that seem too coincidental to be coincidental, conversations that happen at exactly the right moment, introductions that occur through circumstances that could only be orchestrated by heaven. Others will come through natural processes that are guided by supernatural wisdom, applications that are accepted, recommendations that are given, invitations that are extended. Not every person who enters your life during this season is a divine connection, beloved child. I am also giving you discernment to recognize the difference between heaven-sent relationships and human arrangements, between divine appointments and mere coincidences, between covenant connections and casual contacts. The divine connections I am orchestrating will always produce good fruit in your life. They will bring out the best in you, call forth your highest potential, and support your God-given assignment. They will be characterized by mutual respect, reciprocal blessing, and shared commitment to my purposes and my kingdom. These connections will also serve purposes beyond your personal benefit. Through these relationships, you will touch lives you could never reach alone, influence spheres you could never access independently, and create impact that extends far beyond your individual capacity. I am connecting you not just for your blessing, but for the blessing of generations yet to come. Be open to divine connections that may not look like what you expected, precious child. I often use unlikely people to accomplish extraordinary purposes. The person who seems least qualified may carry the key to your next level. The relationship that appears most unlikely may become the most valuable. Trust my wisdom in the connections I orchestrate, even when they don't make sense to your natural understanding. My beloved child, what you may not realize is that today's heavenly decision concerning your life is not just about your immediate future. It is about the legacy you will leave for generations yet unborn. Every choice you make, every step you take, every word you speak is being written into a story that will impact your children, your children's children, and people whose names you will never know, but whose lives you will forever change. The battles you are fighting today are not just for your personal victory. They are to establish spiritual territory that will benefit your bloodline for centuries to come. The ground you take in prayer will become inherited land for your descendants. The strongholds you break in your generation will remain broken for those who come after you. The curses you shatter will never again have power over your family line. I am showing you today that your life is not just about your individual success, but about the generational blessing you are creating through your obedience to my call. The faith you walk in today will become the foundation upon which your children build their destiny. The integrity you demonstrate now will become the character trait that defines your family name for generations. Your testimony is being recorded in heaven's archives, precious one, not just as your personal story, but as a lighthouse of hope for others who will face similar storms. The victories you win through faith will encourage someone else to believe. The mountains you move through prayer will prove to others that mountains can be moved. The miracles you experience will demonstrate to future generations that miracles are still possible. The wealth you build will not just meet your needs, but will become inheritance for your children and resources for kingdom advancement. The wisdom you gain will not just solve your problems, but will become counsel for generations who will face similar challenges. The authority you develop will not just change your circumstances, but will establish governmental influence that will impact nations. I am also writing your love story into eternal history, beloved child. The way you love your family, serve your community, and treat those who can do nothing for you is being observed by heaven and recorded for eternity. Your love is becoming a legacy that will define how love looks to those who come after you. The ministries you build, the businesses you establish, the movements you start will outlive your earthly existence and continue to bear fruit long after you have joined me in glory. What you think is just your life is actually the foundation for a dynasty of blessing that will touch the world in ways you cannot imagine. Your prayers are creating spiritual momentum that will benefit generations you will never meet. The intercession you offer today is opening doors that your great-grandchildren will walk through. The spiritual warfare you engage in now is clearing paths that future generations will travel without obstruction. But your legacy is not just about what you accomplish. It is about who you become. The character you develop, the love you demonstrate, the faith you display, the hope you maintain through difficulties will speak louder than any achievement and last longer than any monument. People may forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. I am also showing you that your current struggles are not punishment or evidence of my displeasure. They are the raw materials from which your greatest legacy will be built. The tests you pass will become testimonies that encourage others. The pain you overcome will become power to help others heal. The battles you win will become blueprints for others' victories. Your legacy begins today, precious child. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every prayer of faith, every step of obedience is being woven into a tapestry of influence that will extend far beyond your lifetime. You are not just living your life, you are writing history, creating destiny, and establishing a legacy that will echo through eternity. Live with legacy in mind, beloved one. Make decisions that will bless generations. Speak words that will be quoted long after you are gone. Build relationships that will endure beyond time. Love with a love that will be remembered forever. Precious child, today in the courts of heaven, I am pulling back the veil and exposing every scheme that the enemy has planned against your life, your family, your calling, and your destiny. What has been hidden in darkness is being brought into the light. What was plotted in secret is being revealed openly. What was designed for your destruction is being turned for your promotion. The enemy thought he could defeat you through discouragement, wear you down through delay, and destroy you through disappointment. But I am revealing his tactics so you can recognize his strategies, resist his attacks, and overcome his opposition. Knowledge of his plans removes the power of surprise and eliminates the advantage of deception. I am showing you today that every setback you have experienced was not my punishment, but the enemy's attempt to abort your destiny before it could fully manifest. Every delay was not my rejection, but his desperate effort to prevent you from arriving at your appointed time. Every disappointment was not my abandonment, but his futile attempt to make you give up just before breakthrough. The financial struggles you have faced were not evidence of my inability to provide, but attacks against the prosperity I had planned for your life. The relational conflicts you have endured were not proof of your unlikability, but assaults against the connections I had arranged for your advancement. The health challenges you have battled were not signs of my punishment, but attempts to prevent you from fulfilling your divine assignment. Today I am declaring that every weapon the enemy has formed against you will not prosper. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment will be condemned. Every strategy designed for your defeat will result in your victory. Every trap set for your failure will become a platform for your success. The demonic assignment that has been sent to create confusion in your mind is canceled today. The spirit of fear that has been dispatched to paralyze your progress is bound and removed from your life. The force of discouragement that has been assigned to make you quit is defeated and sent back to the pit where it belongs. I am also exposing the enemy's use of people as instruments of opposition in your life, beloved child. Not everyone who criticizes you is hearing from me. Not everyone who questions your calling is speaking my wisdom. Not everyone who challenges your direction is offering divine counsel. Some are simply being used by the enemy to plant seeds of doubt and create seasons of confusion. But I am turning every attack into an opportunity for advancement, every opposition into a platform for promotion, every setback into a setup for comeback. What the enemy meant for evil, I am working for good. What he intended to destroy you, I am using to develop you. What he planned for your defeat, I am orchestrating for your victory. The lies he has whispered about your past are being silenced by the truth of your redemption. The accusations he has made about your present are being answered by the evidence of my grace. The threats he has made about your future are being nullified by the certainty of my promises. Today I am releasing you from every curse that has been spoken over your life, every hex that has been cast against your family, every negative prophecy that has been declared about your future. The power of these words is broken, their influence is ended, their effect is reversed. I am also exposing the enemy's plan to use success to corrupt your character, prosperity to compromise your values, and promotion to poison your relationships with pride. But I am giving you wisdom to handle blessing with humility, favor with faithfulness, and authority with integrity. The battle is not yours, precious child. It is mine. The victory is not in question. It is already assured. The outcome is not uncertain. It is eternally settled. Stand still and see the salvation of your God. Watch as I fight for you, win for you, and give you victory over every opposition. My beloved child, I am now speaking prophetically over your future, with words that carry the creative power of heaven, and the certainty of my unchanging character. These are not mere hopes or wishes, but divine declarations that will come to pass because I am the God who calls things that are not as though they were, and what I speak must come into existence. I prophesy over you a future filled with supernatural peace that will guard your heart in every storm, divine joy that will sustain your spirit in every season, and perfect love that will cast out every fear. Your days will be marked by my presence, your nights will be covered by my protection, and your steps will be ordered by my wisdom. I declare that you will walk in health and wholeness all the days of your life. Every cell in your body will respond to my healing power. Every system will function according to my perfect design, and every part of your being will display my glory. You will run and not be weary, walk and not faint, and serve me with strength that is renewed daily like the morning dew. I prophesy financial abundance over your life that will meet every need, fulfill every desire, and overflow into blessing for others. Resources will come to you from expected and unexpected sources. Opportunities will present themselves that will multiply your income, and investments will yield returns that exceed your expectations. You will be a lender and not a borrower, the head and not the tail. I declare divine favor over your relationships that will attract the right people and repel the wrong ones. Your marriage will reflect heaven's love, Your friendships will be source of iron sharpening iron, and your family will be a testimony of my goodness. You will be surrounded by people who celebrate your victories and support you through challenges. I prophesy that your children and your children's children will serve me with wholehearted devotion. They will walk in the calling I have placed upon their lives, fulfill the destiny I have prepared for them, and surpass the achievements you have accomplished. Your bloodline will be a blessing to the nations and a source of hope to the world. I declare that your influence will extend far beyond your lifetime and impact generations you will never meet. The books you write will still be read. The lives you touch will still be changed. The ministries you build will still be blessing people long after you have joined me in glory. Your legacy will be written in the lives of those you serve. I prophesy breakthrough in every area where you have been experiencing difficulty. Doors that have been closed will open, paths that have been blocked will clear, and mountains that have seemed immovable will be cast into the sea. What has been impossible will become inevitable. What has been delayed will be accelerated, and what has been lost will be restored. I declare that you will complete every assignment I have given you with excellence, fulfill every calling I have placed upon your life with faithfulness, and finish your course with joy. You will not die with your music still inside you, your gifts unused, or your potential unrealized. You will maximize every talent, steward every resource, and impact every life I bring across your path. I prophesy that you will see my glory manifested in your life in ways that will leave no doubt about my reality, my power, and my love for you. Miracles will be common experiences, signs and wonders will mark your journey, and supernatural encounters will be regular occurrences in your walk with me. I declare that these prophetic words will not return void, but will accomplish every purpose for which I have sent them. They will take root in your spirit, grow in your faith, and manifest in your circumstances according to my perfect timing and my sovereign will. Receive these declarations with faith, beloved child. Believe them with your whole heart, confess them with your mouth, and expect them to come to pass in your life. What I have spoken over you today will surely come to pass because I am faithful who promised, and my word never fails. My precious child, as we come to the conclusion of this divine encounter, I want to establish with you an eternal covenant that transcends time, circumstances, and even death itself. This covenant is not based on your performance but on my character, not on your faithfulness, but on my unchanging nature, not on your love for me but on my perfect love for you. I covenant with you today that I will never leave you nor forsake you, regardless of where life takes you, what challenges you face, or what mistakes you may make. My presence will be your constant companion. My voice will be your continual guide, and my love will be your eternal security. In your darkest valleys, I will be your light. In your fiercest battles, I will be your strength. In your deepest sorrows, I will be your comfort. I covenant to be your provider in every season, meeting your needs according to my riches in glory, supplying your wants according to my abundant grace, and exceeding your expectations according to my boundless generosity. You will never lack any good thing, never want for any necessity, never be without any resource you need to fulfill my purposes for your life. I covenant to be your protector from every enemy, shielding you from every attack, defending you from every accusation, and delivering you from every trap. No weapon formed against you will prosper, no plan of the enemy will succeed, and no force of darkness will overcome the light that dwells within you. I covenant to be your healer in every area of brokenness, restoring what has been damaged, renewing what has been depleted, and making beautiful what has been broken. Your body will respond to my healing touch. Your emotions will find peace in my presence. Your mind will discover clarity in my truth, and your spirit will find wholeness in my love. I covenant to be your teacher, giving you wisdom for every decision, understanding for every situation, and knowledge for every challenge. I will guide you in the way you should go, counsel you with my eye upon you, and instruct you in paths of righteousness for my name's sake. This covenant is sealed with the blood of my Son, guaranteed by the resurrection of Christ, and confirmed by the witness of my Spirit within you. It cannot be broken by circumstances, cannot be voided by failure, cannot be canceled by opposition, and cannot be terminated by time. It is an everlasting covenant that extends from this moment into eternity. Return, beloved child. I ask only for your heart, not perfect performance, not flawless behavior, not sinless living, but simply your heart surrendered to me in love. I want your trust when you don't understand, your obedience when it's difficult, your praise when you don't feel like it, and your love when you're disappointed. This covenant relationship is the foundation upon which everything else in your life will be built. Your success will flow from this relationship. Your peace will rest on this covenant. Your joy will spring from this connection, and your hope will be anchored in this eternal bond between us. As you leave this place of encounter and return to the daily routines of life, carry this covenant in your heart like a treasure, hold it in your spirit like an anchor, and remember it in your mind like a promise that can never be broken. Let it be your confidence in uncertainty, your strength in weakness, your hope in difficulty, and your joy in every season. The heavenly decision made about you today was not a temporary ruling but an eternal decree. You belong to me now and forever, precious child. You are my beloved, my chosen, my own special treasure. Nothing can separate you from my love. Nothing can remove you from my care. And nothing can prevent the fulfillment of my purposes in your life. Walk forward into your future with the confidence of this covenant, the security of this relationship, and the certainty of my eternal love. You are not walking alone. You are not facing the future uncertain, and you are not hoping in vain. You have my word, my covenant, and my eternal commitment to your blessing and success. This is what heaven decided about you today, beloved child. You are loved unconditionally, accepted completely, blessed abundantly, protected perfectly, and destined for greatness. This decision is final, this covenant is eternal, and this love is everlasting.